YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Great and Moose, and I'm back with another banger for you guys. And I'm gonna jump right into the video. I'm not gonna waste no time because it's been a minute since I posted. So I got some heat for you guys, man. And you see in the video clips, we have a tall guard for you guys, a 6'7". 6'7". So I'm gonna give you guys two versions. But before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the build and what other builds you'd like to see on the channel. Now, without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, like I already mentioned, the height's going to be 6'7". Position is going to be point guard. Weight's going to be 200 pounds. Wingspan is going to be 7 foot. The finishing is going to be laid out just like this. You're going to have a 70 driving layup, which is going to give you Zion Williamson's layup packages as well as Eric Gordon's floater. This is also going to give you physical finisher and float game on bronze. Close shot's going to be a 74, which is going to give you paint prodigy on bronze as well. And Zion Williamson's Euro step animation is really, really good in this game. So it's a good bang for your buck. And then for the drive and dunk, you're going to have a 70 drive and dunk, as well as a 40 standing dunk and a 45 post control, which can give you the Jimmy Butler post go-to shot. And with the 40 standing dunk, you're going to be able to get the under the rim two hand dunks, which is really, really good in this game, especially with you being a tall guard. Now, you can make this build without cap breakers if you don't care about the drive and dunk, and you could tweak it to how it fits to your play style. But I made this build catered to my cap breakers, which I have a total of 8 cap breakers. So do with what you would like with your build. Just use this video as a template. Because with the 70 drive and dunk, we're going to cap break this with 4 cap breakers, giving us a 90, which is now going to allow us to get posterizer on silver. Air Wizard will be on Hall of Fame. And you get contact dunks with this build. And if you have an extra cap breaker, you can max it out to a 93, which gives you posterizer on gold. Moving on to the shooting. We went with an 89 mid-range, so we maxed out the mid-range. This is going to give us set shot specialist on gold, shifty shooter and deadeye on silver. And we're going to specialize in shooting as well. So we're going to get 2 cap breakers for the shooting category, which will both go on our three-pointer because we're going to have an 83-pointer, which is going to give us a sharpshooting takeover as well. And we're going to use an extra cap breaker to put on the three-pointer, which is going to allow us to get an 83, and that's going to give us limitless range on bronze. And now, for free throw, we're going to go with an 81. This is more than enough to hit consistently. You can use either Obi Toppins, or the one I've been using consistently is Candace Parker since 2K25. But the 81 is a random number because we had extra attributes that we couldn't put nowhere else. Now, for the playmaking, we're going to go with an 82 pass, which is going to give us Dimer Gold, Break Starter, and Versatile Visionary on silver. We're also going to get Cade Cunningham's passing style, which is really, really good in this year's game, as well as De'Aaron Fox's. For the ball handle, speed with ball, as you can see, we have an 85 ball handle, 75 speed with ball. We're going to have Lightning Launch on silver, which is going to max +2 to Hoff. And then the 85 is going to allow us to get all the dribble animations that we can get, pretty much the meta ones that you would call it at 85, which is going to allow us to get strong handles, unpluckable, handles for days, and ankle assassin. Ankle assassin being bronze, handles for days, strong handle, unpluckable being on silver. And moving on to the defense, the bread and butter of this build. We're going to have a 70 interior, which you're probably wondering why so high on a point guard. That's because we're going to have an 80 block, and we're going to use a cap breaker here to get it to an 84, which is going to allow us to get Paint Patroller on silver, and we're going to max +1 this to gold. So yes, you need a 70 interior in order to get Paint Patroller on silver. And as a point guard with gold, Paint Patroller, and silver high flying denier, ain't nothing going to be sweet in that paint because you're also going to have a 91 perimeter defense, which is going to allow you to get Pick Dodger and on-ball menace on gold, off-ball pest Hoff, and movable forcer will be on bronze once you get to physicals. And Challenger will be on silver to start because we're also going to use another cap breaker here to get it to gold with a 92 perimeter. And we're going to have a 73 still, which is going to allow us to get interceptor on silver, glove on bronze. So we're going to be able to play the lanes really, really well. And you can max +2 your interceptor to Hall of Fame if you want as well. So this build is going to be an all-around demon. Can finish around the rim, can shoot, can play make, and can lock up the best player on offense. And it gets better because now we're going to move to rebounding. And we're going to have a 70 offensive rebound with a 76 defensive rebound. So that's going to allow us to get box out beast on silver as well as rebound chaser on bronze. But however, If you have more than 8 cap breakers like myself, or if you're someone who has more 8 cap breakers, unlike myself, you can even max out your defensive rebound to get it to an 85. And that's then going to allow you to get rebound chaser on silver, which you can max +2 to half. But you're also going to be able to get gold box out beast, which, if you don't know, box out beast does not tie into your strength. So with gold box out beast on a 6'7" point guard, you're going to be able to max +1 or 2 this to either half or legend, and that's going to be a game changer. This build is a walk-in triple-double in anyone's hands. And now, for the bread and butter, the physicals. We're going to have an 84 speed with an 83 agility to get Jalen Suggs' motion style. And you're going to get a 72 strength, which is going to allow you to get brick wall. So, if you're playing 5 out or Pro AM, Proving Grounds or whatever, and you're playing with your friends, you need to set a little off-ball screen for the shooting guard. You can do so with brick wall. And then you're going to have the 80 vertical, which is going to allow you to get polo stick on gold, which I max +2 in my badge layout to get it to legend. And that's going to be a game changer at the point guard position, especially playing against the smaller guards who use a lot of pick and roll and hide behind the screens. The second jumps is going to be very critical, along with the high perimeter and block with this build. So yeah, this is the first version of the build right here. And the name you get is a two-way mid-range menace. And you see the shades: Drew Holiday, Ron Harper, and Jalen Suggs. And of course, the only weakness they give you is lack aerial athleticism, which, if you have the cap breakers, that's not going to be a weakness. See, this build has no weaknesses at all. And the face creation here, man, Stephon Castle, it's going to be linked in the top right corner. Shout out to my guy who made this face creation. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Nonetheless, let's move on to volume 2 of this build. So yes, I went 6'7", 188 on the weight, 7-foot wingspan. So I just lowered the weight a little bit, 12 pounds. Sorry about that. I had to double check, make sure I get it right for you guys. Now the finishing is going to be the same, except you're going to have a 41 standing dunk, which again, that came to the fact that you just didn't have no other place to put the attributes. So that's where you got the random 41 on the standing dunk. Post control, like I said, it's going to be the same. 45 driving dunk and driving layup is going to be the same. It's going to be at a 70, which you still will cap break regardless, unless you don't care about the dunking. And then the close shot is going to be 74. Now for the shooting, same thing. 89 mid range. I was going to have an 80 3-pointer, and this time we're going to have an 85 free throw because you had extra attributes that you couldn't put anywhere else. Playmaking, speed ball is going to be the same. You're going to have 75. Ball handle is going to be the same, 85. And then your pass is going to be at 80 instead of an 82. So you can get the passing dishmaster takeover, which I forgot to mention in the first version. Defense, you're going to have a 70 interior, same thing. This time you're going to have a 92 perimeter off rip, so you don't have to worry about using a cap breaker there. 73 steal, and then you have an 80 block. And now for rebounding, this way it gets a little different. You're going to have a 72 offensive rebound with a 70 defensive rebound. And this build is more so, it's similar to the first version. The difference is you can't max out to an 85 defensive rebound, only can max out to an 80. So all my guys that really just want the 80 just for the rebound chaser on silver, this is the version that I would suggest making. For agility, you're going to have an 85 agility and an 85 speed. Strength is going to be a 71, just so you can get immovable force on bronze. And then your vertical maxes out to a 77. So instead of using one cap breaker on your perimeter defense, you're going to use that one cap breaker on your vertical to get it to an 80. All the other cap breakers, as I mentioned in the first version, is going to be the same. And this build is still really good. It's really similar to the other one. It's lighter. Doesn't have the brick wall. And you can max out the perimeter to a 97 opposed to a 96. So this is the build. And then the build name is going to be the same, two-way mid-range menace. But you see the shades is now Jalen Suggs, Drew Holiday, which we had before, and also Oscar Robinson. Now, Another cool name that you get with this first version of the build when you use your cap breakers, you also get a two-way, three-level shot creator name as well. So this is going to be the builds. Also, let's get into my badge layout and my animations. So here's my badge layout screen here. This is for the first version that I showed you guys that can get to an 85 defensive rebound. So as you can see, handles for days is max +1 to gold, as well as paint patroller. I have lightning launch on Hall of Fame, and I have pogo stick on legend. You don't have to use pogo stick on legend. You can max +2 float game to gold. A move of force, it could be gold. You can even do high flying denier to Hall of Fame if you like. It's totally up to you guys. I just chose pogo stick because of how good it is for the second and third jump, and I wanted to test it out, and it's really worth my while. Now, I don't have my max +1 for tier 1 and tier 2 badges for my crew yet. I do have one for my shooting, which I put on set shot specialist to Hall of Fame. And if for takeover, I use on ball menace, Hoff, and I put high flying denier to make it gold. And that's my badge layout. Here's the attributes here. As I mentioned, 4 cap breakers on drive and dunk. 2, one of them being a shooting specialization cap breaker on my 3-pointer. And then I put 1 on perimeter defense for 92 and 1 on block for 84. And as you can see, if you have more cap breakers than myself, you have 3 extra ones, you can put all 3 on defensive rebound, and that's going to get you to an 85, allowing you to get box out beast on gold and rebound chaser silver, as I mentioned. You can even put them on agility. There's so many different avenues you can go with the cap breakers. You can even get up to a 90 vertical still on this build. I tried tweaking this to where I can at least get a driving dunk of a 96, but I couldn't figure it out. If you can, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you did, and I might even re-optimize this build to get it that way as well. But that is my attributes now. Let's get into the animations. So I'm just going to go right off the bat. We're going to start with the jump shot, man. Here's my jump shot. Quentin Grimes base. Baluba upper release 1. KD upper release 2. Release is my visual cue. 3/4 on the speed, and it's a 60-40 blend. And you see the grades down in the right. Release height, release speed is A. Stability is C-, and immunity is an A+. At a 6'7" height. And all you need is an 86 mid-range or 3-pointer to get this jump shot. Free throw, Obi Toppin. Go-to shot, Kevin Huerter. Dribble pull-up is Pro 2. Spin jumper is DeRozan. I'll use Zach LaVine's hop jumper because it creates a lot of space. And then for layups, it's pretty much all Zion and default swing. And then I got Eric Gordon's floater. Pro 2 for the post fade. Hook, I don't use those, so that's normal. Hop shot, shout out to Black Cobra. I watched his build video. And Tobias Harris' hop shot is really, really good in this game. So I will recommend it. And then I use Jimmy Butler's go-to shot for the post just because that's the best one I can get based on my attribute rating. And Jalen Suggs' motion style. Now, my dunk packages here. Baseline off 2. Clutch. That's all I use for off 2 other than the contact dunks. Off 1. Quick drops off 1. Front clutches off 1. And then the pro contact dunks. Standing dunks, I just use the 2-hand under the basket. That's all I can get. That's all you really need. And for my signature dunks, I use Julius Erving and LeBron. Alleys, I use Elite, Derrick Jones Jr., and Zion. And then if I'm in the park, which is rare, I use some flashy dunks. And I got the pro contacts on as well. But once I get another cap breaker, I will have the Elite contact alley-oops as well equipped. And that is my dunking. So now my playmaking. Cunningham passing style is really, really good. Trae Young's is not as good as it used to be in the last 2K. But the only 2 I'm using is really Cade and Fox. And I'll use Jimmy Butler's once I decide to put more cap breakers on my pass. Dribble style, Zach LaVine. Although Dejounte Murray, which I can't get on this build, but I have it on my 6'6", which is going to be the next build video, is really, really good as well. Sides up, Tracy McGrady, breakdown, Jordan Poole, escape, Jimmy Butler. Combo moves, I use pro, but I do like Tatum's as well, and Zach LaVine's. Crossover, a lot of people don't use it. They use Lonzo, which is really good. I use Luka Doncic. I like Luka's a lot, especially when you're coming up the court and they're trying to close out. And if you time it correctly, it gives you a nice speed boost past the defender. And you see in the clips, I used it a few times and was able to get a contact dunk after getting a snatch block on the center. So I like his crossover a lot. Behind the back, DeMar DeRozan. Penny Hardaway for the spin. Hezzy, Kobe White. Step back, I use Vince Carter over Devin Booker's. And then triple threat style is Stephen Curry. And I have the behind the back flashy pass. So that is the build. If you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the build and what other builds you'd like to see on the channel. And of course, stay tuned for my 6'6" point guard build video, which will be coming out soon. I have 2 versions of that as well. Make sure you stay elite, stay sharp, and of course, stay grade A. Peace.